Field. February 17th, 26. We'll start out with the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Allred, would you lead us, please?
Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Allred. Roll call, please. Mr. Parker's here. Mr. Ballantyne is here. Mr. Allred is here. And Mr. Krokel is here. Ms. Hanson is not feeling well today. She is absent. Call for approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Mr.
Second.
Ballantyne, second by Mr. Allred. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes 4-0. Moving on to item 2, community announcements. Public comments on items not on this agenda. Seeing none, move on to item 3, consent agenda. Minutes from the regular meeting from February 3rd, 2026. Take a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Ballantyne.
Second.
Second by Mr. Krokel. Is there any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes 4-0. I do not see any action items. Reports, Director of Administration.
Good afternoon. This is the financials for December 31st, 2025. Bank balance increased $379,000. Operating revenue, we're at 52%. Operating expenses, we're at 49%. Fuel sales, 156,000 gallons. For AR, we do have a couple that we are working on. Build a Plane and California Air Sales. I'm going to be working with legal on doing pay or quits because they are over 90 days and not real responsive with us. So we are going to move forward on them. Emerald and Cal Fire, they've been on there a little bit, but they are it's just their systems are a little bit slower because they're government. Cal Fire, we just did get their contract and we're getting signatures. So we are hopeful we're going to get payment on that one, as well as Emerald Warrior. About 3 weeks ago, they did send an update that it is in the process. It did move to the next desk. Has to go to several desks before we get our payment. The other one, they actually did respond to us and they were sending out a payment last Tuesday. So we're hoping to get that payment. The fitness center, we're at 796 members. And then my hopes is we're going to be working on a mid-year revision to our budget. Nothing real major, but I'm going to work with the directors and David, hoping to bring that back in March and make a little bit changes to our budget.
So unfortunately, Carrie's really good, but she's not clairvoyant. The CEO forgot to tell her that he had a meeting with Build a Plane and they said they'd send in a check this week.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
All right, thank you. Director of Operations, do we have anything today?
Yes. Apologies, I was looking through the packet and I didn't realize I already pulled it out.
No worries.
Do apologize. I'm also battling a cold today. So I'll be quite brief with this. For January 2026 and 2025, during those towered hours, we did see, I do apologize. I had the dates transposed here, but we did see a decrease of 355 operations. And then I did the year-end compilation. 2025 saw a decrease of 1,351 operations during those towered hours. However, if you look comparatively over the last 5 years, it seems to be trending with every year we either have a really strong year and then it tends to dip down and then we go back to another really strong year. So we do have those numbers. If there's any request to get a little bit further into those, I'm more than happy to do that. I just wanted to provide at least a brief overview of what those ops looks like.
Any questions, directors? No? Seeing none, thank you. Off to our CEO report.
Thank you so much, Director. So I feel like this past period, I'll need to brief that I've been out of the office more than I've been in the office, but hopefully that's value added to the total enterprise. So the Southwest American Association of Airport Executives Conference in Monterey, very valuable. The contacts with other airports, FAA personnel, and the potential for people who do airport infrastructure improvements. So making a list of contacts, one of which had a meeting with, well, actually, Jason took the meeting yesterday while I was at this getting drilled out. And they have managed to obtain funding for a new fire station apparently in Fresno that Ariel's probably somewhat familiar with under a DSIP grant.
On what field?
Fresno at the airport, the main airport.
The main, okay, airport.
It's a DSIP grant. What DSIP does is federal agency grants money on programs that are technically off the installation, but directly support a military mission. So DSIP monies are often used for things like athletic complexes, recreation fields that are near a military base that is not blessed with those amenities. So the military people can use it. Looking at this, I think there may be out of that contact some viability in a similar program. The DSIP funds, I do know, having access to their coffers, are expended for this fiscal year. But next fiscal year for the federal government starts in September. So we would be able to look at potential application there for those monies with the fact that we do direct support multiple refuelings here, multiple transient operations here, multiple exercise operations here. And the fact is several of our mission partners are doing work directly in support of DOW efforts. So exploring at that point, but the kind of contacts we get out of these conferences can be of value. French Chamber of Commerce did execute their visit. They were extremely impressed with Mojave Air and Spaceport. And be careful when you do a good job because sometimes you have to do more of it. So they want to come back at least 2 more times with other members of the French Embassy and the French workforce in California. The people on this tour included Dassault and Airbus, amongst a rep from the embassy that would like to send more people from the embassy here. Very impressed with the very creative way business is done here, and frankly liked our rates. And hopefully that will turn into something more productive. Another tour, South Base Workforce Investment Board. They also had an opportunity to meet with Strato and National Test Pilot School. Again, very impressed with Mojave, with the innovation and the structure and style. They're looking at really coming up with a very cohesive youth developmental program that will enhance both trades and labor in aerospace, as well as intellectual capital, the engineering side of the equation. And they really like the fact that Mojave tends to deal with that in a very open manner that their students can have access to. So they'll be coming back with a youth tour, 16-year-olds and up. Will of course be appropriate in dealing with our mission partners about making certain all age restrictions and ITAR's requirements are met. But within that structure, maybe we can help develop our workforce of tomorrow. As we grow the air and spaceport, our mission partners will need those people. Aerospace Committee meeting with AV Edge had its first revamped meetings since being renamed from Aerocom to Aerospace Committee. Very productive, good session with members from Lockheed, Northrop, many of the other primes in the region as well as subs, to include a lot of the support industries out there represented by AV Edge. So if you're unfamiliar, AV Edge is really the economic development group for the Aerospace Valley. Kern County Fire Chief visit, in my opinion, probably the most valuable thing on my update for the board this period. We have had minor issues with Kern Fire. They've always responded when we've asked them to. They've always done their job when we've asked them to. That's not it. I want to put us on a higher plane. I want us to be interoperable, exercise together. The reality of it is, in the line of work we're in, it's probably more than a when or if we have to do something and break into our red book. We have got to be absolutely lockstep with Kern County Fire and our fire. They have had people at the fire station that don't support that. Not our people, Kern County folks. Not bad folks, but they have requirements they have to meet that they're a little uncomfortable extending those blanket requirements to cover our firefighters. So they want to understand what our training is, what our documentation is, all these various things. That's why a few months ago we had the problem with providing EMS services from our firefighters. The fire chief is totally on board with moving forward with a cohesive exercise program, a memorandum of operations, and he wants to put that in play as quickly as possible right after his follow-on visit, which will be bringing his ops staff. And his ops staff wants to really see what are the risks and threats out here, see the test stands, see the facilities that present unique requirements like Stratolaunch that might have a hypersonic system attached to it at times, and fully understand how we can build an exercise plan that creates a real comprehensive effort and preserves life, limb, and property at Mojave Air and Spaceport. Western Regional Partnership, we had their aerospace deep dive actually just earlier today. Huge support from that region that covers the 7 Western states, along with interface that includes Bureau of Land Management, Department of the Interior, the FAA, tribal guidance. So it's a great one-stop shop to preserve the integrity and access to ranges, preserve the test sites that are out there and our ability to execute well. So those are the key highlights. We could take a little more time, but I think we have some follow-on activities and discussions to pursue, so subject to your questions.
Did the French Chamber allude to what kind of business they might be interested in doing here?
One of the things that they were talking about, it would have been so much better if I spoke French. I should have brought Ariel on the tour with me so she could translate. There were considerable sidebars, and the buzzwords I kept hearing were Airbus and Dassault. And they had talked, is there potential for production here? Yes. Is there potential for transient maintenance? Yes. Is there potential for aircraft overhaul? Yes. Can we do experimental work? Absolutely. So we were able to answer all their questions. And I hope that this translates into future business. That's why I'm putting miles on the car and nights in hotel rooms away from Denise.
You need to hire an interpreter, or they should provide one.
Right there, front row.
The Apple earbuds will translate, or the Meta glasses.
Yeah, maybe that would be, it's hard to have a meeting with somebody and don't understand it.
Moi parler français un peu.
Yeah, okay. I don't speak anything and I understand that.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board?
We're good. Move on to item D. We don't have any board committees. Directors' comments not on the agenda. Are there any?
No.
Seeing none, we will move into closed session, and I invite Ms. Lane and Dr. Smith to stay with us.
Thank you.